moving that jab up and down. And then when you go downstairs, take that downstairs, come up with the left hook. It's gonna be open, because it's gonna fall down into it. Anytime you jab down low, just keep trying to come over the top.
Or like you could say, hey, you know what? I can beat that Mayweather style. I was too young, but look, I did it now against Crawford.
I forget Mayweather a long time ago. This is different from me, you know? I lost that day, and that's it. I learned a lot.
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was young.
Canelo recently responded to the news that Terence Crawford had sparred with Floyd Mayweather during his training camp. In a recent statement, Canelo shared that the upcoming fight feels more intense now, suggesting there's an added layer of rivalry. He expressed that Crawford's recent comments have made things feel more personal. According to Canelo, some of Crawford's remarks seemed dismissive, and he now feels more motivated than ever to make a strong statement in the ring. While it remains a professional bout, the emotional stakes appear to be rising.
Tell me a little bit about that. Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not going to do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Rashid told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And, you know, like I say, don't fuck with me.
Crawford has shared his honest perspective on Canelo Alvarez's career. According to Crawford, some of the big names on Canelo's record were not at their peak when they faced him. He points to opponents like Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, and Sergey Kovalev, suggesting they were past their prime by the time they stepped into the ring with Canelo. Crawford also highlights Canelo's bout with Floyd Mayweather, where he believes Mayweather showcased a clear edge from Crawford's viewpoint. These factors raise questions about how Canelo's legacy is often portrayed. Additionally, Crawford feels that his own accomplishments haven't always received due recognition. He's expressed that Canelo sometimes downplays the level of competition he's faced, which Crawford sees as an effort to diminish his standing in the sport.
About Canelo's resume, but I won't. You know, I wanna, you know, when you pay homage to the fighters that he fought, and if he don't want to pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he thinks they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has weighed in on the highly anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. While he acknowledges Canelo's natural size advantage, Hearn isn't counting Crawford out. He highlights Crawford's strong self-belief, intense focus, and discipline qualities that make him a dangerous opponent, regardless of weight class. According to Hearn, mindset can be just as influential as physical attributes in boxing, and Crawford's mental sharpness could be a key factor. Hearn also points out that although size matters, Crawford's ability to manage pace, distance, and timing might help him level the playing field and potentially pull off an upset.
Not for him, like not against him, sorry, for him. Like he's so, I think he has no doubt that he beats Canelo Alvarez.
Of course.
I really like Terence, by the way. I think he's a great fighter. But I have to say, like, tell me his major significant wins.
Well, obviously Errol Spence.
Yeah, but come on.
No, but he beat a guy who was in the top 5 pound for pound, and he destroyed him. That's really never happened.
No, I agree.
In the history
I agree.
of
I mean,
boxing.
he was coming off, you know, some eye problems, but
Nobody was saying that when he was beating
we're giving that credit.
and Ugas.
Tell me more.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
That's a big win. Now,
keep going.
Your guy from the UK who he stopped him, what, in the 5th round, was it?
Kell Brook.
Kell Brook.
Finished by then. Yeah, go on, keep going.
Okay, he stopped somebody that nobody's ever really can hurt.
Well,
Sean Porter.
I mean, yeah, but that was about 8 years before, and Errol Spence.
That wasn't. What do you mean?
Yeah, when he
8 years
beat Sean
before?
Porter.
No, that was in 2023.
Who?
Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter.
No, I'm talking about Kell Brook against Sean Porter.
No, I was talking about
Bud.
I'm not talking about that. But he stopped him, though. Nobody's ever able to really hurt Sean.
By the way, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
that was a great win.
Like an open
and he didn't have a lot of names at 140, but Postal and all those guys, those are good fighters. They weren't big names. Just like Bam, he doesn't have the great. He doesn't have a whole lot of great names. Just like
Strada,
in a way, yeah, he does have two great fights.
By the way, he's one of my favorite
doesn't
fighters.
have a bunch of.
John Ryder, who has shared the ring with Canelo Alvarez. recently offered his perspective on the challenge of facing the Mexican superstar. Ryder acknowledged Canelo's strong physical presence and noted that the weight jump for Terence Crawford will be a significant hurdle, but however, despite the size difference, Ryder believes Crawford has what it takes to meet the challenge. He spoke highly of Crawford's adaptability and well-rounded skill set, suggesting that his technical ability and fight IQ could help level the playing field. According to Ryder, if anyone can rise to the occasion both mentally and physically, it's Crawford.
Go up 2 divisions. A lot of people in his camp believe that he's even going to stop him, but yeah, what's your thoughts?
If there's any man that could do it, it would be Terence Crawford, but I just think the sheer size of Canelo is going to be too much on the night.
But do you think size will be too much? I mean, you were in there with Canelo, you landed good shots and he took them, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent, but I think the size will be the factor on the night, and he'd just be too big, too strong.
Terence Crawford has been deliberate in crafting his game plan for Canelo Alvarez. He's outlined 2 possible strategies to approach the challenge. One option is to apply pressure early, breaking Canelo's rhythm with high volume and relentless pace. The other path is more calculated, inspired by Floyd Mayweather's performance against Canelo, using sharp defense, precise counters, and intelligent footwork. Crawford acknowledges that he doesn't share the same size advantage Mayweather had in his prime, but remains confident in his speed, timing, and ability to adapt. He sees himself as a versatile fighter, capable of blending pressure with precision. That adaptability, he believes, could be the key to navigating the complexities of facing Canelo.
There's 2 things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back. You know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know.
Yeah.
Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's 2 ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo. You know, he is right. Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back. And he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather to stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo to win.
Joe Rogan recently shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, reflecting a growing conversation within the boxing community. Rogan acknowledges Canelo's elite status, but notes that some observers have seen subtle changes in his speed and endurance in recent fights. On the other hand, he praises Crawford for continuing to evolve and perform at a high level across multiple weight divisions. In Rogan's view, the timing could work in Crawford's favor, as he appears to be operating at the peak of his career. He also emphasized Crawford's pound-for-pound ranking and believes the bout is shaping up to be much closer and more competitive than some might expect.
You liking Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was younger.
Do you think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
If Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. Why do you say that? Same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out.
Jim Lampley recently offered his perspective on the upcoming Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown. He described the fight as more than just a sporting event, calling it a meeting of 2 warriors driven by pride, ambition, and legacy. Lampley acknowledges the clear size difference between the fighters but emphasizes that their true strengths go far beyond physical attributes. According to him, both Canelo and Crawford are defined by their relentless pursuit of greatness and their refusal to step away from any challenge. In Lampley's view, this is what makes the matchup so compelling. Two champions with something to prove, each bringing heart, history, and purpose into the ring.